on, guys? Welcome back to another great day. Today we're going to be installing a solid bushing on my rack and pane on my 99 Corvette. For you guys who've been following the build, or at least the channel, know that I've been autocrossing my Corvette the last year.
He's currently at fifth.
And in the last couple of events, I actually noticed that the steering wheel had a little bit of play in it. And I know I have new tie rod ends, and I know there's no play in the actual inner tie rod ends. So I'm going to go ahead and eliminate that rubber bushing that the rack and pinion mounts to the subframe. The car does have over 100,000 miles, so more than likely that bushing needs to be replaced anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and went over to Doug Review Motorsports and picked up this aluminum solid bushing from them. Now they do sell a Delrin bushing, just in case that you're in some pretty competitive leagues and they won't allow a aluminum bushing like this. But I'm not really in any competitive league to where it really matters, so I just do it for fun. Alright, before I jack the car up, I'm going to go ahead and unbolt the actual intermediate shaft off the car. And here is the shaft right there, and you follow it all the way to the end. That bolt right there at the end, that is actually a 13mm bolt. Alright, once you get the bolt off, you can pull the intermediate shaft off the rack and pinion. And it's a good thing to just go ahead and just run your seatbelt through your steering wheel into the lock. Just pull it back, that way it holds the steering wheel in place. You don't want the steering wheel to go all over the place, or else you're gonna have a lot of issues. Alright, once underneath the car, guys, here is one of the 18mm bolts that we need to remove from the rack and pinion, and the other one actually is right up here behind where is it at? It's right in here. It's hidden right behind there. It's going to be kind of hard to get to. We need to remove the sway bar, or at least remove the mounting bolts 1, 2, and 3, 4, so we can drop the sway bar down. These bolts, these are actually going to be 13 millimeters as well. Alright, now with the sway bar dropped, we can easily get to the bolt over here and get to the other bolt that we need to get to right back there. That wasn't too bad, but then again, guys, I don't have the monolith on my subframe. I actually have coilovers on my car, so that made it a little bit easier to get to the back of the bolt. If I did have the monolith there, it definitely would have been a little bit harder to get to that access pole back there at the back. But with that monolith out of the way, it made things really easy to get that bolt off. Now we can see about sliding the rack up and out of our way. Alright, so here is the old rubber bushing. Actually slid out pretty easily. It is pretty worn out, so I'm glad I'm removing this and putting it into solid bushing. Kind of a pain in the ass to slide over the rack there. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of a pain in the ass. You're gonna have to get some leverage. But there is apparently a little lip in here which you need to grind down in order for that new solid bushing to fit in there. Alright, I got the hole nice and smooth now on the inside, and I used different tools to try to make the hole bigger. I used a Dremel. The Dremel didn't work that well because there was not enough space to actually get inside there, and the bits that it came with actually were pretty terrible. I tried using this grinder here that I use basically to pour and polish heads and stuff and intakes. Pour and polishing the tool that I had laying around. It comes with different kinds of sanding disc here, or I don't know what you want to call them. Basically, you put them in the gun, and at the very end of the little shaft there, it's got threads where you can grab one of these little Tootsie Roll things, slide it on, and then you screw it onto the threads so it gets nice and tight. So I'm gonna show you right now what I did. All I did was basically stuck the drill right here, and yeah, just went all the way around, and from the back side I did a little bit as well, and yeah, just made it smooth. Let's see if I can get a bit of light in there. Oh. There you go. Basically all you want to do is just smooth it out, get rid of that little lip in the inside, and just do a little bit, little by little, and then once you are good, you think you have enough, go ahead and stop, grab your your new bushing, and it's got a little indentation there. The little indentation. Let's see if I can show you guys. It's got like a little flat top right there. See that? That goes up towards the rack. Slides right in now, no problem. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it all back together, and yeah, reverse our steps now, and we'll go out for a test drive. All right, a little update here. Right when I went to go put the rack back in, I was fighting it. I could not get it back into the slots where it was supposed to go, right in the mount, right in the where the new bushing's going. What I found was, from looking at it from the passenger side this way, looking at the rack, it was way wider than where it's supposed to slide into the subframe. I had to get in my little table sand or little sander there, and I'm just sanding down the back ends of it, making them a little bit thinner because they're just a little bit too wide. There's just no way to actually spread open the ears on the subframe, or else you'll break them. If they were metal, it wouldn't be a big deal. I could just open them up, and then once I tighten the bolt, it'll tighten up against the rack. But that's not the case here. These are aluminum ears, and you can't do that to these, or you'll break them. So the best thing to do is to just sand these down little by little. This is my probably third attempt of going back in to see if these are actually going to slide in now, because I know it's supposed to have like 0 tolerance, but I need it to at least slide in. All right, guys, this is what I'm talking about here. So as you guys can tell, the one on the right side looks like it's right where it should be, and on the left side, look how much bigger the bushing is compared to the rack. Okay, so I know with the rubber bushing, it'll at least compress a little, but these are aluminum, so there's no give with these whatsoever. So it needs to be like it's got to be perfect, or else it ain't gonna slide in the ears of the subframe. So I'm gonna go ahead and grind just a little bit more off the backside one. The front one looks like it's good. Looks like it's gonna slide in. All right, car is back together. I just got done. Just will drive it in the morning. It's already dark. It's 9 o'clock, and this thing is pretty freaking loud. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put the wheels on, get it ready for tomorrow morning, and take it out for a test drive. All right, guys, so it's the next morning, and we're about to go take the car out for a drive. Last night, like I said, we put the solid bushing in. Let's go see if it made a difference. I just double checked everything to make sure everything is nice and tight. Let's get in the car, go check it out for a drive. I'm driving the car around, and let me tell you, it made a big difference. Their steering response is so much better. Just look how quick it responds to the road. There's no more slop. It's super good. So glad I did it. It was a pain in the ass, like I said, to go in, but once it's in there, man, it works, guys. I do have an event coming up next week, so we're gonna put this to the test. Stay tuned. We'll see how it actually handles on the autocross next event. So please like, please subscribe. We'll see you guys on the next one.